Barakti Yahweh Brakatha, Yahweh Shah, Barakti Yahweh Brakatha, Yahweh Shah, Ba Hashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, He Controls All. Lord will, you are edified. You are looking at Hurricane Matthew and Hurricane Milton. Hurricane Matthew happened in 2016 and Hurricane Milton happened in 2024. As you can see that these hurricanes have demonic faces. Okay? Now, via the Spirit, we understand, or we believe, some of us, that Esau manipulated the weather to create Milton in an attempt to restart Tampa as a smart city. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, his so-called technology came from Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah. See, what you don't realize is that the spiritual being, Satan, works for Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. And nothing happens on earth without the green light from Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, period. Whether good or bad. Okay? Tornadoes, hurricanes is nothing but spiritual deities. Well, let me say it like this. Angels manipulating the weather. Okay? The angels manipulating the weather. And that's the reason why you see these faces in the midst of these hurricanes. Angels manipulating the weather. Let's go to Isaiah 45 and verse 7. I form the light, who? Yahweh, through Yahweh Shah, and create darkness, Yahweh, through Yahweh Shah. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. Okay, so on the right-hand side, you have who? Yahweh Shah, sitting next to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay? And that position can also be identified as the Holy of Holies. And on the left-hand side, you have who? Satan, or Shaitan, which means adversary. And Satan is a son of the Most High. And he does everything our Father instructs him to do, even inspiring the elites of Edom to learn ways to manipulate the weather. Okay? Isaiah 45 and 7, I form the light. Yahweh Shah is the light. And create darkness. Satan is darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all things. So everything we see and don't see, Yahweh Shah created. Okay? Hence, Yahweh Shah in the 144. Okay? Yahweh Shah created Satan, as well as left-handed principalities based on the blueprint of the Most High. Okay? And research the book of Colossians, the first chapter, okay, for further detail, as well as Hebrews, the first chapter, for further detail. Okay? So again, Isaiah 45 and 7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh, do all these things. Let's go to Ephesians, the 6th chapter, and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, it's deeper than a so-called white man. Okay? These 13 Edomite families are inspired by Satan and left-handed principalities, meaning left-handed angels. But against principalities, left-handed angels, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Meaning what? That these left-handed angels come directly from the spiritual realm. Okay? Isaiah 29 and verse 6. Speaking of Hurricane Milton, you shall be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest. Okay, a tempest is a strong wind, like a tornado. Okay, and when you go into the etymon of tornado, it means what? To turn. And that's what that mechanism does. Okay, very violently. So with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Okay, so ultimately, although Esau manipulated Milton, okay, to attempt to destroy Tampa and restore Tampa as a smart city, regardless, the will came from Yahweh. Because remember, he controls what? Good and bad. Hence Milton. With storm and tempest, hence Milton. And the flame of devouring fire. And that's the reason why you saw those demonic faces, okay, for Matthew and Milton. It's nothing but angels manipulating the weather. Okay. Let's go to the book of Jonah and verse 1. Now, this was Jonah attempting to run from his calling. All right. So, of course, he fled from the Most High and got on a ship. This is the point. Jonah 1:4. But Yahweh sent out a great wind into the sea, and there was a mighty tempest in the sea, so that the ship was like to be broken. So, when we investigate wind or Salakia, I think it's tempest. Yup, it's tempest. Strong's H5591, right? Pronounced as Sa-I-Ra. Sa-I-Ra, which means what? Tempest, storm, whirlwind. Also, according to Strong's definitions, hurricane, a hurricane, right? So when we go back to Isaiah 29:6, you shall be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And for tempest, you have what? That same Hebrew word, hence hurricane. Okay? Nothing happens on earth without the cosign from Yahweh and Yahushua. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 In verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes, hence Milton. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force, hence Milton, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Appease who? Yahweh, Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah. Fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Even tempest, okay? We can also associate tempest. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to destruction. Okay, so everyone that died or lost something, okay, had nothing to do with Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. And the Akim that was in that area, best believe they were protected, as well as their families. Verse 31, they shall rejoice in his commandment, these spirits, and they shall be ready on earth, these spirits. When need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. Okay? Hence those demonic faces for Matthew in 2016, as well as Milton in 2024. Okay? Let's go to Matthew, the 8th chapter, and further prove the point. Matthew 8 and 23. And when he was entered into a ship, Yahushua, his disciples followed him, and behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea. Okay, and so much that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep, a strong wind. And his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish. Verse 26, and he said unto them, why are you fearful, O you of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. And the reason why he rebuked the winds and the sea, because you had angels manipulating the elements. Okay, and that's the reason why Milton had a face. You saw a demonic face within the hurricane Milton. That's the reason why you saw that demonic face within the hurricane Matthew, because you have angels manipulating the weather. Okay, then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. So in the spirit, we know when he made this rebuke, those angels had to fall back. Those spirits had to fucking fall back. Why? Because it's Yahweh Shah. Okay? It's Yahweh Shah. Now remember, when we all perish and return back to the spiritual realm, we stand before who? The judgment seat of Yahweh Shah. So you have Yahweh and then Yahweh Shah. Verse 27, but the men marveled, saying, what manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? So, Lord, will you were edified. Shalom.